All right, it's 8 o'clock. It's Wednesday, April 22nd, 2026. Welcome to Stamps and Love with Rebecca K. It is Paper Pumpkin Night. So grab your paper pumpkin kits, and we are going to put together April's Paper Pumpkin Kit, which is Lakeside Retreat. So grab your beverage, your favorite beverage, and join me. Before we start assembling this kit, however, I want to go over last month's kit really quick, which was the Fluttering Gardens. And I want to show you what I did with last month's cards. First of all, I added some Winka Stella to the hummingbirds on each one of the 3 card designs that I made. I don't know if you can see the... Yeah, I think you can. You can see the glistening from the Winka Stella that I put on each one of the hummingbirds to add a little pizzazz to that. So there's that one. And also on this one here, again on all the... Because you know, hummingbirds, their feathers are kind of iridescent, so I thought it would be fun to add that onto our birds. And one more here. Have a beautiful Mother's Day. Alright, so that's what I did with 3 cards for last month, and then the 2 alternate cards that I made were this one here. I used the die cut from the kit, and I just flipped it over and stamped hello from the one of the stamps in the stamp set. And then I used the envelope and cut out the front of the envelope and adhered that to a card base. And then I stamped the hummingbird on watercolor paper, and I used Stays on ink with that. And then I watercolored the bird, and then I added again some Winka Stella to the bird to give it the wings and the bird that shimmery look. If I hold it up closer, can you see that better? Let me know. Please let me know if you're joining me. I want to see your comments, so please don't be shy. Please jump on and say hello. Let me know if you are watching tonight or if you are putting your paper pumpkin kit together with me. Okay, here's the other alternate card that I made from last month's kit. I used the card base from the kit, and I cut out some Designer Series specialty paper that I found in my craft room. And then I used the die cut from the kit, and then I just cut out a couple of colored cardstock circles from cardstock I had. I think this is Balmy Blue and I think Cabana. Can't remember. I think that's the Cabana color. And then again, I used the die cuts of the hummingbirds and used Winka Stella on them. Popped a couple of embellishments on there. You can see that paper that's got the sparklies, and I love sparklies. And then I used the stamp that came in the stamp set and stamped that 4 times across the bottom of the card. Used my Stampin' Blends to color in the flowers and the leaves and the grass. Used the colors that were coordinating with the kit. So that was the other alternate cards. So that was the 2 alternate cards that I made from last month's kit. So I just wanted to share those with you. Alright, now tonight we're going to do, like I said, the Lakeside Retreat. If you're here, please drop a comment. I would love to know that I'm not here alone. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and open it. I have not opened it yet. This month's Stampin' Spot is Peaceful Pine. Now, if you don't already know that, this is one of the new in colors that was going to be released and will be available to consumers on May 5th. So, check this out though. I have the new Peaceful Pine ink pad from Stampin' Up! That is the new felt pad, and it's got the new magnetic stamp case. How cool is that? You can just leave it like that. They just sit side by side. So if you want to put some ink in here and do watercoloring, that works great. You know, you can stack them. show you that this is another new in color. They can, because they're magnetized, they can stack like that. You can also do that if you need more space on your desk as you're working. So pretty slick. Okay, so Peaceful Pine is going to be the ink that we're going to be using tonight. I'm going to put the ink and spot aside because we are going to give that away. So let's see what we have here. Okay, we have our photopolymer stamps, and we'll read what the sentiments are in just a little bit. Let's see what goodies we have in here. Now, do you guys open your kits right away, your paper pumpkin kits right away when you get them? Or do you just kind of put them aside and think, oh, I'll work on that later when I've got time? Let me know what your plan of attack is. Now, I would say that this month's kit is a little more, it leans a little more to the masculine side, I would say. Doesn't have to be, but kind of. Okay, we have our tear and tape. So let's open that up. Okay, we've got that. If at any point in time during the video my hands are out of the video screen, let me know, because I just get busy stamping and cutting and all of that good stuff and don't pay attention always. So, okay, we have our embellishments, and we have our Stampin' Dots there. We've got some card designs here. We've got our envelopes. Ooh, I love these. These kind of have like a watercolor look. Aren't those beautiful? I love those. Love, love, love those. Okay. And that's more card envelope. Okay, let's see what we have here. Okay, we've got, now this card kit makes 9 cards total. 3 cards of 3 different designs. And flip this around. So this is the first card base. Isn't that beautiful? And then we have the next card base, which looks like some white wood paneling. Cool. Let's see, we have some blue and white striped for the last card base. And we have some white cards, square card die cuts. Some more here. Let's see what else we have. And several die cuts here that we're going to be using. So very cool. I'm going to put the cardboard aside. Alright, and we have our instructions, which has the images on the front of what the cards will look like when they're done. And I love that they're colored instructions. That really helps. And let's see what our colors are. So let's see our stamp set. Let's look at that first. Our photopolymer stamps are, the sentiments read, thanks, older, wiser, better, you are a lifesaver, you are an inspiration, dad, son, happy birthday, happy Father's Day, and then there's some plants and some seagulls. So those are the sentiments that we're going to be using tonight. And let's see. The coordinating Stampin' Up! Colors are Azure Afternoon, Balmy Blue, Cajun Craze, Crisp Cantaloupe, that's one of our new in colors, Crisp Cantaloupe, Gray Granite, Misty Moonlight, Old Olive, Peaceful Pine, which is another one of our new in colors, which I just showed you was a Stampin' Spot, Pecan Pie, Pool Party, Soft Seafoam, Very Vanilla. Okay, so those are the colors that we're going to be using. Well, not using, but coordinating with. So let's just get after it. I wanted to show you too. I'm going to show you something really quick here. If you don't already know, this will be next month's Paper Pumpkin kit. It's Sparkling Celebrations is the theme. You can subscribe now. Its subscription is April 11th through May 10th. So it has silver foil in the cards there, and so that will be fun. And in May, we have Bikes and Blooms, and that subscription runs May 11th through June 10th that you can register. And you have these beautiful little silver foil butterflies. Aren't those fun? This is the add-on die set that you can get for April, May, and June paper pumpkin kits. So it tells you that these are the dies that we use for the month of April, the fireworks for May, and the butterflies and flowers for June. So if you're interested in having the add-ons, which allows you to extend your creativity with your paper pumpkin kit, that is what you can order. Okay, let's see what all we need. First of all, it looks like we're going to use this first card base that I showed you. So let's get that out. And we are going to use one of these little white cards, die cuts. Okay, and let's see what stamps we're going to need. I need a couple of them. All right, so we have this, and we're going to put this on a block, like so, and then I'm going to put that aside. Oh, that's not quite straight. We want it sideways anyway. Want it landscape, okay. Then we want Happy Father's Day. There it is. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope you're all doing well. It was a beautiful day. Love the beautiful weather we're having. Okay, there's that. And then we are going to need I'm going to grab one other acrylic block so I can have all three stamps on. Oh, we're going to need some seagulls. Well, how about that? Let's get out another block. Obviously you don't need this many blocks to do this card, but I'm doing it just to get all the stamps ready. Okay, so we've got all of our stamps adhered to the acrylic blocks. We've got our card base here. And we're going to first off stamp Happy Father's Day on this little die cut. So what I have tonight for tools, besides what you saw in the kit, you are going to see let me just see something here. That's funny. That's really weird. There was. Is this gonna let me back on? There we go. Okay, I think we're back live. Let me know. Because something weird happened on my screen and it had barn owls on there. So I'm really not sure what happened there. Okay, now I'm seeing some people. Oh, hi Tara, welcome. Oh, you got a sleeping baby on my lap. Well, welcome Tara. I'm glad you're here with me tonight. So I have my bone folder. I have my well, I have this to use for my stamps, and I have my chamois to clean my stamps. Okay, all right, let's get started. And the reason I use this is to get a better impression when I stamp. Okay, and I'm going to use, now I have not, confessions, I've not used this stamp yet, this ink yet, so we're going to use it together tonight. I'm going to flip that over, put that right here. Can you see? Let me move things here a little bit because, does that help? I don't know. Well, it's got to be there, I guess. Maybe if they put it up there. Sorry, I'm trying to find a place to In fact, I might just do desk cam. I'm going to just go to desk cam for a minute so that you guys can see what's going on. Okay? All right. So, happy Father's Day. Let's try this out and see how we like the new in fact, I'm going to try something here. It's always fun to experiment, right? Got some note paper handy, so I'm just going to try this first with this new ink and see what I think. Okay, it looks good. All right. I'll get that aside. Okay. Well, I don't know. It was really weird. All of a sudden, there's this like barn owl nest that was really, it was just really weird. Just saying. Okay, so I'm going to stamp Happy Father's Day here. And we're going to see how this works since it's in, like I say, new ink and whatever. Oh, good. That worked out good. Then we're going to take the image that's got like the little cord, and we're going to stamp it at the top and the bottom of this. And we'll see how long it takes me to get ink on my fingers. Any guesses? Okay. Ooh, fun. I like that. And I'm not going completely to the bottom. I'm going up just a little bit from the bottom for my stamp. Okay, so we've got that. Let's see what else we're going to do. You are an inspiration. Okay. Okay, so let's see. It looks like we're going to use this little die cut for our You Are an Inspiration. So let me grab another block because I can. Okay. Now Father's Day is coming up in June, if you do not know that. So I'm just saying, now's a good time to get ready. Okay, You're an Inspiration. Tap, 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 tap. And center best we can and stamp. Okay, there we are. We have that sentiment now. And while I've got things out here, I'm going to do a quick scrub-a-dub-dub. Okay, what did everybody do today? I was at work at the office, and then I had a visitation and a memorial service that I went to, which was very nice. And then I got home in time to do Paper Pumpkin. All right, let's see. So we've done that. Now the stamps that we want to use next are going to be the seagulls and this. I guess you would call it, I don't know, I really don't call it flowers, but some kind of bush or something. I don't know. I'm not sure what that is. But we're going to put it down here. Just right in there with that other grouping of greens. Okay, and let's get our seagulls here. I'll make sure those are inked up good. And when you stamp with these new felt pads, you want to not always stamp in the center of the ink pad. I think we have a tendency to do that. But go around the edges too, because that kind of can move the ink a little bit, and you don't. Okay, we've got our seagulls there. Great. All right. Now let's see what we're going to do. We've got this green die cut here that we want. I'm popping out two of them just because it's easier. But we're only going to use one. And we're going to slap some Stampin' Dimensionals on there. They call them die cuts because they're dies that, and they cut out images. So they're like a metal die, excuse me, a metal die cut, and that's why they're called a die, and then cut because they're cutting out images. I hope that answers your question, Tara. There we go. It wants to stick to me. It likes me. Okay. There we go. So we've got that done. What else are we going to do? Let's see what other goodies we have here. Oh, here we go. We're going to use this little die cut here. And are there any others? We'll use some embellishments here in a little bit. Ooh, and the fishy. Where's our fishy at? Here it is. Okay. And we're going to need some dimensionals on that for sure. Let's see. It looks like 2. Have you had a chance to look online, Tara, at the new product that's going to be released here in the new catalog? Starting May 5th. There's so much goodness in that catalog, let me tell you what. Okay. All right, and then you're going to use some Stampin' Tape, Tear and Tape I should call it. Tear and Tape here. I just used my nails to get it going. Just going to put a little bit down here, it looks like. And then on the side of this, we're going to use if you've never used Tear and Tape, it's pretty nifty, I have to say that. It's really nice. It's like double-sided tape. Okay. And then we're going to add a few dimensionals on the side here. All right, I think we've got tape on everything that needs to have tape except this one. I guess we need, what are we going to do with this one? Oh, we put some tape on that too. All right. What's the weather where you're at, Tara? Is it hot today or? Okay. I think we are ready to assemble. So let's see what we're going to do here. I think we're going to start with this, and we're going to put it right about here. So let's tear off the backings. Pretty excited. All my equipment is working tonight, so yay. I had another update yesterday, which always changes things. And it's usually always right before I do a live. So, okay. So we're just going to put this over here a little bit. I like this. All right. Then we're going to build on that. I think I'm going to do what they call a dry fit first to see how I want this. Bring that up just a little bit. And then I'm going to put that on there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put this on the top of this so that we have that. So in the good weather sounds like where you're at, Tara. Good day. Let me know how the lighting is on the video, if you would, Tara. To me, it looks a little dark, but I can't tell. So, like when I look at my screen, it looks like it could be a little dark. Let me know if you're able to see okay and if the lighting's okay. All right. Okay, I think I'm ready to build it. I'll build it just right about there. And then I'm going to add this sign. And then we're going to add the little fish. And I think I'm going to put, yeah, I think we need some Stampin' Dimensionals on here. I'm going to put a couple at this end. Lighting's good, awesome. Thank you, Tara. There, okay. And the backings to the Stampin' Dimensionals, those will be all over me before the video is over, just so you know. Okay. I'll straighten that up a little bit. There. Okay, and then we're going to use some of our little embellishments. These are like little rocks. That's what they look like, little rocks. Oh, they come up easy. So we're just going to put a couple here. In fact, let's put them over here. There. Okay. This is our first card. What do you think? I like it. It's masculine, and I just think it's a great card. Okay, so this is card number 1. Let's see what we're going to do with card number 2. And the key to getting through your paper pumpkin kits is to join me every month when I go live, and we can put our kits together, and then you don't have kits stacking up. I was watching or following some other people on social media about their paper pumpkin kits, and some of them have stacks and stacks, which I get. But to alleviate that, make that time every month to join me for just an hour and get some cards made. Even if you don't complete the whole box of cards during that time, at least you're getting some done. And it's so great to always have a variety of cards on hand for whatever the occasion and you need to grab a card and you don't want to have to go run into the store and get it or spend $10 for each card. Yeah, love my paper pumpkin kit. Okay, card number 2. We are going to use the blue and white card base. Let's grab that. First of all, I love these colors. I love beach colors. I love the beach. Okay, so we're going to do this portrait, it looks like. And we're going to use this. Just makes me miss the beach. We're going to use that. And what other goodies are we going to use? Oh, we're going to use this right here. It's like a piece of white wood. Okay. Let's see what else. Well, we're going to need a bicycle. And what else do we need? We need one of these. And older, wiser, better. Let's find that. Here's my green labels. That's what I'm looking for. So we're going to pop out our green label and we're going to use the stamp older, wiser, better. Okay? So let's do that. I'm going to put some of these stamps back on my holder here while I work. Let me get some of the stickiness off. Okay. Tap, tap, tap in our ink. Let's get that in here so you can see. Tara, I appreciate your enthusiasm. I really do. I'm glad you like these. All right, we've got that one. All right, and this one we're going to use Happy Birthday. So I'll grab that stamp. If you've got any birthdays for any guys in your life, I'm going to do it like that. So it looks like, just so you know, so the rounded edges of this die cut are toward the bottom. I'm going to give that an extra stamp here, trying to get, it's a new stamp and a new ink pad, so I want to be sure to get some ink on there. Happy birthday! All right, I think we've got all the things done now. So let's start assembling and see what we have to do. Oh, we're going to use this piece too. Okay, nice. So we're going to flip this over and we're going to put some Stampin' Dimensionals on there. Okay. Let's see what we're going to do with this piece. This piece we're going to use some tear and tape. And we're also going to use tear and tape for a piece of wood. Can't even remember the last time I've been to a beach, honestly. I think it was before my son was born. Well, he was yet in the womb, actually. Okay, let's see. We're going to need some Stampin' Dimensionals for this little happy birthday sign. Okay. And we're going to want some on our bicycle. How's the bicycling going, Tara? He used to ride often, but then he didn't like it when he was little. He was in that little, I don't know what you want to call it. That little thing that you connect on the back of your bike and they're right around in it. He didn't really like that, so we stopped biking and just got busy with his activities and just haven't done it again. Okay, so we've got our Stampin' Dimensionals on there. Let's see what we should do first. It looks like we're going to put this on here, and then this at the bottom right underneath it. So let's do that. I want to do, I'm going to do a dry fit again because I want to make sure I've got enough room at the top and the bottom that I need to do all the things. Okay, and that's about right where I want that, so let's try that. Oh, okay. Not really, but I can guess, so I'm sure it's not easy. Alright, and we'll just tear that right off. Gosh, isn't this a beautiful scene? Okay. Put that right about so. And then we will add our piece of board here. What'd you have good for supper? We had a little ham sandwich and some actually really good potato salad at the church. So I don't know if the ladies bought it or the church ladies made it, but I'm kind of particular about my potato salad, just so you know. And it was really tasty. I didn't have any dessert, so it was good there. Okay, we're going to put this right about so, I would say. Maybe like that. Maybe down just a little bit. And then we need our older, wiser, better sign. And what are we putting on there? We're going to put some Stampin' Dimensionals. All right. So, are you loving these ears? My heart ears? Now, if you want a pair of these, a set like this, there's only one way to get them, and that's to join my team. You be a member of the Love Squad, you get a pair of these. Okay, so just so you know, we're a pretty fun group. Okay. Older, wiser, better. I'm just going to put that right there. Okay, and then our bicycle is going to be on the path. Oh, you know what, we should probably, well, we're just going to do this here. Okay. All right, then we've got some embellishments. Let's see where they want those. Oh, right around here. Okay, perfect. I'll build some little there we go. Oh, aren't you sweet? You're the sweetest, Terabelle. You are the sweetest. And these little embellishments, now look at that. Look how those three little embellishments just add so much to the card. Now, I'm not being funny, but isn't that cute? Look how cute that is. What that adds to the card. All right, now I think we're ready to put this on our card base. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and fold this in half. And kind of center that like so. Oh my gosh, how cute is that? Do you love it? I really like this. I really like this paper pumpkin set. Okay, that's card number 2. All right. Have to turn down. My space heater because it gets a little warm after a while with the door shut. Okay, let's move on to card number 3. Gosh, this is going really fast. Okay, we're going to use this card base here, and let's see what stamps we're going to have. Okay, we are going to need some seagulls on this one. Doesn't look like it. Don't put the seagulls back. And what else don't we need? Happy birthday? No, don't need that one. Put that back. Now, I don't know if I'm putting these in the exact right spot. There is an outline on here, but we're just going to wing that for now. Okay, do we need this stamp? Oh, we need this one, so we're going to leave that out. And let's see, we need the rope back out. Let's grab that. What else do we need? We've got those 2. We need it upside down. We're going to use the one that says thanks and the one that says dad. Tara, I was just thinking this would be an easy one for Annabelle and Everly to do if they wanted to make Father's Day cards for their dad, because I know Nathan had his birthday in February, so that's past, but for Father's Day, it would be easy for them to just do a little stamping, and it would give them great satisfaction, I think, knowing that they made their card for their dad. Okay. Now, this is a little different. We're going to get our ink in here and stamp, stamp, stamp. And they've kind of got, I want to do another dry fit because I tell you why. Because of what they have us doing here. Okay, we're going to need that piece. We need, looks like one of this long piece here. I need one of these blue pieces. Oh my, we're going to need all the pieces here. Let's see. We need our oars. We're going to need a life vest, a life jacket there. Ooh, and we get to use this little die cut too. This is a serene picture of a camp. All right, let's get some of these things on here, some adhesive. So in this one, we're going to use some tear and tape. Oh, tell her thank you. Does she think she would like to make a card? I'm going to wait to put tape on that until I stamp on it. But this I can go ahead and put some Stampin' Dimensionals. Okay, we've got that done. Let's see. Let's go ahead and stamp. Oh, where's my little white card? Here we go. And we're going to use the white die cut that has got 4 sharp points, okay? Oh, it's really easy to do, Annabelle, because the instructions are with the kit, and it's just step by step. You just look at the pictures and follow the pictures, and it's really, really easy. And if you get stuck, you just call me, and I will help you. Let's see, I want to do thanks and dad, so let's try. All right. Did you catch the alternative cards that I made from last month, Tara? I don't know if you were right on at the beginning, but I showed those. Sorry, I'm getting my ink pad in the picture here. All right, let's see how this looks. Oh, you know what? It would help if it weren't upside down. It looks upside down. So let's clean this up. I'm glad I caught that before I did it. But the dad looks like it's upside down. So hold please. Okay. Now, thanks and dad. Let's flip it around. Okay, now I think I've got it right. Okay, I'm glad I caught that. Like I say, things get wild here in the craft room. You just never know what's going to happen. All right, I think that's good. All right, we've got our stamp, and then we're going to use our rope. There it is. And we're going to put a little rope image here at the top. And a rope image at the bottom. Cool. All right, let's see what else. Do we need to stamp anything else? We need to stamp "You are a lifesaver." Well, dads are a lifesaver, aren't they? So are moms. All right, let's find this. "You are a lifesaver" stamp. And we better clean off some of these stamps that I have here, so because I need a block. Okay. Piercing mat, that's what this is. I couldn't think of this, what you call this gray mat, earlier when we started the video. It's a piercing mat. So I want to make sure my stamp's kind of straight. Yeah, it jumped when it jumped. Hold on, we got to get it oiled up a little bit. Okay, if you put it on your skin and kind of wallow it up, it helps take some of the stickiness off. Okay, and we're going to make sure that our that's where it's supposed to be. And it kind of looks like it's a little off-center to the left, so that's what I'm going to do as well. All right, we've got our stamp, yay. All right, now let's get some adhesive on the back of these things. The oars, we're going to need some Stampin' Dimensionals and some tear and tape both. So, looks like the tear and tape is what we're going to put in our handles, and I think we're going to want to cut that down a little bit because the tear and tape is just a little too wide, so I feel like I could maybe cut that in half. Let's see if that'll be enough. Okay, and then use some Stampin' Dimensionals on the opposite ends. Okay, so the oars are ready. And we're going to use some tear and tape on the back of this for signage. And a blue sign. I want to put, in fact, before I do that, I'm going to do the white card. Okay, the white card has has tear and tape at the top and the bottom. Okay. I'm going to adhere it to the blue. I'm going to call it a board because I think that's what it would be, is a board. Just kind of center that like so. All right. All right, now we're going to flip this over and put some tear and tape at the top. And Stampin' Dimensionals at the bottom. And the Stampin' Dimensionals do just that. They give the card dimension, or whatever piece that you're putting the Stampin' Dimensionals on. A little more like a 3D effect. Okay, and we need our vest. And we're going to put some Stampin' Dimensionals on there, 3. All right, now I think we've got everything with all the adhesive on it, so let's see what we can put together now. Okay, we've got our card that's going to be portrait size. Those little backings are like everywhere. Okay, let's put some things back together. So okay, we've got our card base, and we're going to start assembling our card. What I'm going to do first is take this die cut and adhere it to the front of this one. Okay? All right, and then we are ready to put this on our card base. Yes, I will share my link to the store. And we're going to put this up a little bit higher. I'm just trying to center that. Okay, and you know what I need to do while I'm thinking about it? stamp this foliage, whatever it is. And I should have done this before I adhered this, but we're just going to improvise. Oh, maybe we will, maybe we won't. Yeah, not quite the same effect. We'll see. Oh. Okay, that's kind of cool. I like it. Let's see how this looks when we're all done. All right, next we need... Well, you know what I'm going to do next? I'm going to do this piece next, I think. I'm going to put this kind of like so. All right. And then I'm going to put my sign on. And that goes like so. All right, we're building and we're building. Okay, I think, hope we don't need the turn tape anymore. All right. I'm just gonna kind of put this like so. I guess we don't want it too high up, so we don't want to cover that picture. Like that. And then we're going to do this one. And I think I might do like so. And then we'll put our life vest on there. We always want to have a life vest with us, don't we? Okay, and then we're going to put this right over here. All right, and it doesn't look like we're putting any embellishments on this one. So that is card number 3. What do you think? What's the verdict? Okay, so let's bring back in the 3 cards that we made tonight. These are the 3 cards. Kind of clear out the mess a little bit there, huh? Okay. All right, these are the 3 cards. We made one of each design. Be sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you click that little bell, that means you will get notified every time that I go live, because I'll come back at a later date and show you alternate projects that you can make using parts of this card kit. Okay? And I will share with you my store link here, if it will let me. Oh, here I am, right here. Okay. All right, there is my online store. If you would like a actual catalog, like a paper catalog, let me know and I can put one in the mail to you. Otherwise, it is shown digitally on my... You have to scroll clear to the bottom of the website and you'll see there's a digital version of the catalog that's going to go live on May 5th. And I'll show you the front of it so you know what it looks like. This will be the catalog, and that will run May through August of 2026. They're now issuing quarterly catalogs. So we're going to get 4 catalogs a year instead of 1 annual catalog. And then they will continue to have online exclusive releases too. So there's more product than just what's in the catalog. We have online product too that's only online. So anyway, do you have any questions about anything that we did tonight? Or the products that we used? Or the techniques? Oh, thanks for the love. Okay. Let's go back to this one. Well, I want to thank you so much for joining me tonight, Tara and Annabelle. Loved having you with me while I assembled our paper pumpkin kit. And I hope this inspires you and your mom to get out those kits and start putting them together. You don't have to do the whole kit at once. You can just do a couple of cards while you're watching TV or just hanging out by the pool. Oh my God, a dog ate one of your stamp colors. One of the Stampin' Spots, Tara? One of these? How did the dog even eat that? I don't even know. Which dog did that? Yeah, right. I know. This is pretty fun, I have to say. So thanks again for joining me tonight, and I hope that you had fun and you got some inspiration to get out those card kits and put them together. If you have any questions about any of the products, how to assemble, anything at all, please reach out to me. I'm happy to help. And I love that you joined me. Thank you so much for taking your time. I appreciate that you did this. But I'm going to close up for now. And again, like, share, and subscribe to Stamp Some Love here on YouTube. Okay, until next time, bye for now. Keep crafting.